Louis Theroux and Netflix released a documentary on the Manosphere recently. I took time out of my day to watch it, so you guys don't have to, and don't thank me. It's a tireless, effortless job I do on behalf of you, the people. Now, a lot of people know who the key figureheads are in the Manosphere and how they work, but watching this documentary, something struck me that I don't think any of us are truly talking about as much as we should be, because the Manosphere gets a rap for being cruel towards women, in the end not truly benefiting men the way it's supposed to be, most likely a racket to steal money from kids and to subject them to things like pornography and gambling. But all of that aside, you don't really realize how brown the Manosphere is until you get everybody together and you get all the fans together in one video. Louis Theroux might have been the whitest person throughout this entire thing, not even joking. So the introduction to this beautiful film, this instant classic, if you will, is Louis doing some preamble. There's just moving shots trying to give you a feel for the idea of how things are going to go. The first introductions happen, and there is some British brown guy and a woman. The woman has copious amounts of plastic surgery and tattoos. Mind you, at this point, I paused the video because I started typing, and a FanDuel ad came up. So the Netflix video got smaller. It turned into the same resolution a TikTok or a Reel would be, which is mind control, by the way. That is programming, by the way. And then behind it, there's a FanDuel ad on Netflix now. So I'm watching a documentary about slop, and I'm being sold garbage. You can't make this up anymore. This is how bad things are getting, that when you're watching slop, you go, oh, there's garbage too. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes trash now. Like, what's next? Shit and piss? Come on. What are you doing to us? Aside from that, Louis meets this young lady with oversized, inflated tits, lips, ass. Horrific. Louis meets another fan that was flown out to this brown British guy's pad to be men or something. It's so, oh my gosh. So the guy's name is apparently Tickytaki, HS Tickytaki. Again, he's some British guy. The Brits are, sidebar, the Brits are going way too far. Something has to be done. Something has to be done about, whatever happened to British people like Stephen Merchant or like Ricky Gervais? Like, where did they all go? Legitimately. Now we have like blown up women with horse teeth, or these like English dudes that are trying to be brown with horse teeth. And it's just, oh man, it is. I would much rather have a refined trash around me, like white trash, like good home, blue collar white trash. Not like British white trash is just, man, it is not good. So this HS Tickytaki character is some loud, boisterous, mulatto guy. And he's just flashing shiny stuff around. He's showing pictures of all these women to Louis. Louis looks violently uncomfortable. It's very odd. It is very odd to see. So HS Tickytaki, again, that is what he introduced himself as. I'm not trying to disparage the man's great name. HS Tickytaki says he can teach men how to be proper men and not soy boys. So him and Louis go to a gym and they start working out together. Once they start working out together, you can kind of get a feel for the guy's only working out for it to be like a social media thing. And once Louis notices that, they go into speaking about his social media. Now, for all these dudes, the social media is where they are brainwashing young men to become gambling, weird porn addicts. A lot of these guys, I think, should be in prison. I'm not going to say what I really want to say this early just yet because I'm already getting a little heated, but it's not good. It is not good. So, HS Tickytaki shows Louis a laundry list of videos on his Telegram. He tells Louis that, yeah, everything I do on social media, all the inflammatory stuff, all of the rage baiting, all of the misogyny, what have you, it's to funnel everyone to my Telegram. And what's in the Telegram? He's selling OnlyFans models. He's selling gambling. He's selling courses. The kids that buy this stuff, they're kids. They are kids whose parents don't care anymore. Which is another story. Another story we need to speak about. So, aside from selling these guys porn, he's selling them stock tips. He's selling trading tips. The classic scam stuff. I mean, how can you have someone go, I'm selling you porn stock tips and how to get rich, and you go, this guy's totally not lying to me. Whatever happened to being able to recognize a scumbag? Or is everyone so sheltered they've never dealt with a reprehensible person and had to learn how to tell who's trying to trick them or I don't understand how, or are they so desperate to acquire all of this money they see that they do anything? But that's a cop-out, because if you get brainwashed by TikTok into wanting a Lamborghini, you are subhuman. Like if seeing a guy in tight pants wearing a Lambo made you go, I want to be like that guy, you are so subhuman that it's actually affront to God that you're allowed to live on this planet. Because what you do is you help parasites like this grow. And then, oh God, everyone involved in shit like this makes me so sick to my stomach. HS Tickytaki says, well, no, I don't use this stuff. I just promote it. I think it's horrible. I think guys shouldn't do it. I tell people not to do it, but he sells it. Yeah. Okay, man. For sure, dude. Yeah. Who else says stuff like that? Like heroin dealers. Like a heroin dealer would say something to that effect. So is that kind of the footing that we're on now? You're like, yeah, I'll get these young guys addicted to porn, but I would never watch it myself. And then the other issue with that is being so low IQ and stupid and thinking that, yeah, me saying that out loud isn't reprehensible. That's the other thing that a lot of people are not catching nowadays. People do insane, reprobate stuff. And yes, the act of what they've done is so heinous as well, but the fact that they thought it was okay to do that is almost more offensive than whatever crime they're committing, because somebody is that low IQ. And we as a society haven't done anything to stop. We're allowing this to flourish. This is flourishing for a reason. It's to legitimately destroy society. We have guys selling porn to teenage boys to be serious, because who needs someone to sell them porn through a Telegram channel? If you're a grown man, you know how to access it. You would be smart enough to know, I know where to go find OnlyFans models. You don't need a Telegram chat to hide it from your parents from. Louis never touched on who is approving the ages of the people in these chats, because dude, how is this not grooming children? How is this not selling porn to minors and grooming children? I really want to know. I I don't understand how this isn't grooming children. Having children that are presumably probably underage, because I saw the ones that went up to them. Some of them had to have their faces blurred. So that either means that they were not of age to show their faces without a parent's consent, which I imagine is what happened. So, and it's just like forget. And this is the problem too. This is the problem with this, is that people are going, okay, well, this is really negative and bad towards women. It's like, yes, all this stuff, this is turning people into freaks. This is a weird sort of social programming to turn young boys into effectively antisocial perverts. This truly goes way farther than objectifying a woman, because it's going to get so bad that these guys that are grooming children to become gambling porn addicts, homoerotic porn addicts, they're never going to have an outlet. And one day one of them is going to snap, and it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good in the slightest. But we can continue. So they go over how Mr. TikTok got his start, and him and his buddy in college would make fitness plans for people. He told Louis starting out they made $1,000 a day. Oh, I made $1,000 a day in college selling fitness programs. Oh, really? How? What does that even mean? That's the other thing. That through this whole thing, people just say stuff that means nothing. People don't even lie like they're trying to convince you anymore. They give so little effort to lying directly to your fucking face. You couldn't say 1,000 a week, a day? I went back 3 times because I was like, I can't get this wrong. I can't get this wrong if I'm doing this. A day. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure, dude. So he prides himself on being a salesman, is what he said. So maybe that's how he sold $1,000 worth of fitness programs a day to broke college kids. I mean, hey man, he must be a genius. But again, he's a salesman. You can see he's a salesman. He uses his social media to get kids to go to his Telegram so he can sell them porn and gambling. So day 2 of filming starts with Mr. TikTok and Louis meeting up, and Mr. TikTok offers Louis to see a video of him getting his dick sucked. I couldn't believe it. Again, I couldn't. He just goes, "Do you want to see a video of me getting my dick sucked the other night?" No. I don't get, and this is again why I'm like, these people have to be gay. That is gayer than having gay sex. If you're a dude and you took a video of a girl sucking your dick and you ask me if I want to watch it, I'm gonna think, one, you want me to see your dick, and that you think it was me. You wish it was me. I'm gonna assume you're hitting on me, bro. What are you, gay? Like, the Manosphere? You want to watch me get my dick sucked by a girl? I'd rather get cancer again. Get the fuck away from me, you freak. And then the thing is like, how are people watching this and going, because I'm sure that's not the first time that guy said that. I know for a fact that's not the first time that guy said that, by how easily he was just like, you want to see me get my dick? Imagine if I held my phone out and I went, look, do you want to see a video of me getting my dick sucked? No. I want to see a video of you getting beheaded. That's what I want. Do you have that on your phone? Do you have the video of me beating you on your phone? So it makes me think that someone's hiding being gay. Why are we proving how much we want to fuck women by going, do you see how straight I am? I have a video of me getting my dick sucked, in case you ever thought I was gay. I'm not trying to be like listen, and I'm not saying like slang is gay. There's dudes out there that are crushing it, and you never know, because they're in it for the love of the game. There's dudes out there putting up numbers and nobody knows because they're straight and they're in it for the love of the game. I don't know, man. But again, maybe I'm just not one of these alphas. That could be the problem. That could be the problem, dude. A real alpha wants to take a video of himself getting his dick sucked and show it to another man, grown man, adult man, with hair on his ass. Like, what the fuck are you doing? So they go to Marbella, which is some place where these rich gay guys go to film content, and they meet a man named Ed Matthews, who is another one of these horse-teethed British caricatures of what you think a British person's supposed to be. Again, what happened to, like, Doctor Who? You guys remember when they were doing Doctor Who? Do you guys remember when British people used to seem intelligent and people thought that they were really smart, and then all of a sudden you found out they just want to look black and have horse teeth and just like vote for the worst people, like Keir Starmer, like a British guy that made himself brown with horse teeth coming up to you saying Keir Starmer's awesome and hanging British flags up is fascism and racist against my Pakistani. Like, that's what I imagine when people bring up the British now. So this Ed Matthews, he's that chav, pseudo-masculine guy. So another thing about Ed Matthews, I do have to mention this because I do want to give props here. He's a small-time pedo catcher, and he made one eat shit before. So that is a positive. So far, Ed Matthews is my favorite. I don't even think he does like looks maxing stuff. I know he was on a stream with Clav before I saw. I do think he's like into drugs, which is not good at all. But we have to give credit where credit is due. We always give credit where it's due. He makes pedophiles eat shit. That rules. So far, he's the most likable guy. Actually, I don't want to say so far. I'm going to spoil it. He's the most likable person throughout the entire thing. And unfortunately, that second likable person is Louis Theroux, and he's an annoying libtard. So that's how bad this is, just to spoil it for you guys. Sorry about that. So after Louis left the HS Tickytaki gentleman, he posted a series of reels, very worried that Louis would make him look bad in this documentary, because obviously at the time, they didn't know truly why Louis was filming, which just shows the guy's a complete moron. You didn't look up Louis Theroux prior to this. You didn't go, maybe let me see what this guy does. He's made so many people look like idiots on the internet through these interviews. I can't tell you how many I've seen. I've seen so many where people just, yeah, I'll do an interview with Louis Theroux, and he ruins these people because they're so stupid. He doesn't really need to do much. If you watched this documentary, you'll see that Louis did no work, basically. All he had to do was hold the camera up and like say like 5 words to these guys, and they just, the shit flew. It's actually incredible. It's actually a work of art. A true work of art. So the HS Tickytaki guy also reveals that he has a brokerage firm, and his Telegram takes a portion of whatever you put in, no matter if you win or lose. So the general idea is he has a brokerage firm, and he tells all of these guys, come in my Telegram and submit money to this brokerage firm, and it'll gain interest or whatever lie he sells them, and then you'll get a portion of it back. No matter what, they lose in the end. Again, it's are people not afraid to be scammed? Is this a cause of the lack of shame? Do we have such little shame that people now don't even go, you know what, I should just not do this just in case it's a scam, because I don't want to look like an idiot? Like, or is it the pure lack of personal responsibility or wanting to do what's right, or having any semblance of an IQ? Like, I truly do not understand. Fast forward, now we're in Miami. We are meeting with that one ginger guy named Justin.
I eat Uber Eats every day. My dad's like, son, don't you think it'd be so much cheaper if you cooked? And I said, no, not really. Calling the valet, getting downstairs in the elevator, getting in the G-Wagon, sitting in traffic to go to Publix, looking around the store for what I want, all the ingredients.
He's a businessman and a success coach is what he says. There's several cuts of him talking to women and saying that they'll leave you if you aren't rich and jacked, and he's talking about how rich and jacked he is, blah, blah, blah. He pulls up to Louis in a Lambo, and he tells Louis, This car is not success. I do want to say that. That car. To which Louis calls his bluff immediately and says, okay, then let's not say that. And you could see a look on the guy's face like, wow, no one's ever kind of challenged one of my gay quips I thought was cool and funny before. Because he just was like, it's like, you are a theater kid. These guys are theater kids, by the way, also. Throw that one in too. I just thought of that. These are theater kids. This is how theater kids behave. These guys are borderline actors. If we want to get real conspiratorial, we could just call all these guys actors to subvert the white race. I mean, if we really want to do it, these guys are actors that are selling bullshit and poison to subvert every young man out there, especially the white ones. I mean, if we just want to be honest. So they go up to Justin's office, and Justin starts talking about how he got his start in the steel industry. So I was like, oh, this guy had a real job before, and he did. He had a normal person job, and it worked up and grew into something, but now he's selling courses on how to get rich. Hold up a second. Let's take a step back. What'd you say? Oh, you were just like a construction guy, and then it eventually grew into something, and then you got somewhere in life, and you grew off that, and now you have a business. Oh, you didn't get rich selling lies and poison in programs to people? Why don't you tell the people that then? Why don't you tell them how to get in the construction business or start their own business? Why are we talking about women and getting a hard body and what? Like, why would you take that avenue? That's another thing that makes me goes, well, this guy either can't do what he used to do anymore, or he sucks at it, or he's blacklisted from the industry, or scamming people, scamming retarded cattle goyim cattle is just easier than having a real job. Spoiler alert. That's another spoiler alert, is scamming retarded goy cattle is easier than having a real job. This shit prints money, dude. Prince money, dude. Okay, so he's talking about his kids and his wife. He's saying he's not married to his woman. He calls her baby mama. Their children are out of wedlock, and he is in a one-sided monogamous relationship with this woman, so he can go and she can't. And at this point in the video, I'm going, okay, what? I'm like, all this stuff sounds so familiar. Where have I heard this shit before? I was like, wait, it's a white guy saying it, so it sounds weird. This is just like black culture. And I'm not saying that to disparage black people. I'll say hood culture. It's not black, it's hood culture. I mean, or hood redneck culture. It's poor people culture. We could say that. It's just ghetto. It's dirty. It's gross. So it made me think. At this point in typing this, I'm only 2 pages into this. Holy fuck. And I realize, oh, this dude is like, all these dudes are like ghetto, thuggish, brutish, scamming, like it's gross, it's dirty, it's beneath me, certainly. And if you're going to at least scam retarded goy cattle, at least have some dignity about it. Do you know what I mean? At least have a little bit of culture when doing it. So the ginger guy says that he doesn't promote and say that, you know, men should go out and have threesomes with their girlfriends and you know, but if you're able to convince her, then, and so whatever that means. Again, some of this stuff I wrote down is just the asinine ramblings of truly the most gone people. And I do want to say something. Okay, let's say that they're right and everything they could do works and is true. I'll just struggle and I'm good. I'm good on that. My soul is good the way it is. I do not need any of that. That's something else that you need to consider when you think that this stuff, when you see like influencers and you're like, man, if I could just do that, my soul would be better. I'd be happy. And yeah, no, that's not that's not how that works at all. So Justin says that his social media is also under the same guise as Mr. Tickytaki's, where it's just to get people to his Telegram so they can sell courses. He is affiliated, I believe, with the Tate brothers, and he helps them sell their courses. I'm sure it's some sort of reverse pyramid scheme, and he's higher up on the list than you would be. You'd be at the bottom. He's probably 2 tiers from the top dog or whatever. So, and I quote, while talking about this Discord, Telegram, grooming cathedral, he goes, I got 18 professors in here, and it's a cheat code on life. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoa, dude. Whoa, let me stop the video. Pause the video. You have 18 professors in there? Well, in that case, take every last, I don't have my wallet here, take every last cent I have, man. Wait a second. You have 18 professors hanging out in some sort of Discord or Telegram channel to work for you? Would you get them off the street? Why aren't they at a university? 18 professors? Like, again, we're going back. You can't even lie to me like a normal fucking person. You don't even have the charisma to pull off a regular lie and make it believable. You have to go grandiose because you know the Goyim cattle are going to hear 18. They're going to hear a big number and go, that's a lot. And sometimes it makes me go, damn, I should stop making this video and I should start scamming No, of course not. Of course not. We don't do that. So it cuts to him talking about a 13-year-old kid that he had working for him or something. And he goes, this kid made $4,000. He's making more money than his parents. And it made me laugh so hard because that's such a thing you'd tell cattle to like a 55 or like 45-year-old guy that's miserable. He overhears that. A kid who's making more money than his parents? I better go buy this course. And then, of course, if you're some idiot kid, you go, whoa, I can make more than my parents? Whoa, dude, let me go buy this guy's course. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you know a 13-year-old that made $4,000? What are you talking about? I know a 13-year-old that made $4,000? Why do you know a 13-year-old? What is wrong? Like, what are these analogies? I know a 13-year-old. I know a 16-year-old that made $6,000. Buy my course. Now what? Now what are you going to do? Now what, dude? Oh, you know that one that made 10? I know 20. Like, what do you want, dude? Dude, I'm telling you, bro. I'm about to sell you under the table, dude. You better watch out, Justin. I'm coming for you. But yeah, this is the language they use to manipulate people. They're just trying to manipulate people. So the base tier for this guy's program, by the way, is $49.99. So some of that goes to the Tate brothers, I guess, and then some of it goes to him. It's the racket paying. Listen, we all know it's a racket. I'm not gonna figure out the equation of which one gets one based off what. Who gives a? They're all snakes, and not white, by the way. So they go on a walk, and some people approach him, and they start talking to him, and they're taking pictures with him, and then 2 fans sit down with Justin, the ginger guy. The 2 fans are not white people. Every single fan that's came up to these guys is brown. And then the only white ones I know are underage because they have to blur their faces. So this crowd for these men are above age, some ambiguous race. Cannot tell whatsoever. Like totally mixed. Totally mixed. Home Depot style, Home Depot paint shaker style, or they're minors and their faces are blurred. Just so you understand. So these 2 guys that they start talking to, they're like, men are born without value and women are born with value because they have beauty, and men have to work for everything they have and women don't because they can get flown out to Miami or a man can fly them out. And I'm like, dude, the fuck? So you're jealous of can get flown out and have some old guy stick his dick in her for a vacation? What are we talking about, man? Who cares? Why do you care that a 60 IQ prostitute can go on a old pedophile's boat? That's what's making you depressed? There has to be estrogen in the water if that's what's making you depressed. Men are born without value. Make some, dude. Like, you're making me... Look at me. I'm wearing a beanie and I have long hair. You're making me tell you that you need to man up? Come on, bro. Let's get it together. Why are we crying on camera that men are born without value and everyone's born without value? You should just wait to see my take on which people are born with what. Let's turn into that video. No, we can't do that. Not yet. So, yeah, it just seems like it's a lot of bitching and moaning. So they go on to discuss red pill stuff, and we obviously know that the red pill stuff used to be, like who controlled the world, crime statistics and stuff like that. And then now all it means is just, I guess, I hate women, apparently. I don't know. I'm a little too old to be talking about red pill stuff, so forgive me. It cuts to Myron Gaines, which, another genius. He says he's in a one-sided relationship with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend packs condoms for him when he goes on a trip. Awesome. Another brown guy talking about how he's in like this weird open relationship where he just sleeps with all these fucking women. Great role model. Like, again, the manosphere is just hood, is just like cheating, hood-esque, brown, pseudo-masculine culture. I can't, it's so foreign from anything. Once you truly get a bird's eye view of it and you look at everything together, you go, wow, that's really something, because that's all it is now. All it is now. They don't interview another white person, by the way. There's another person and he's not white. Just want to mind you that. So they start filming each other's interactions, and Myron's like, well, I have to film this in case it's a hit piece, which you should. It's Louis Theroux, dude. It's Louis Theroux. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, in case it's a hit piece. Oh, in case it's a hit piece. Oh, okay. Yeah, in case. Okay. It really just goes to show how smart these guys are, man. These guys falling for this is truly like a guy coming to my door named Shlomo holding like his book and going, hey, you want to go upstairs and read this together while I record you? Like that's what it's like. And I'd go, no, I'm not going to do that. That's truly what these guys walked into. These guys walked into a situation where they walked in a building and they saw a guy kill a guy, and the guy that killed a guy just gave him a gun and left and called the cops. That's exactly what these guys walked into. So Myron goes on to say he's a dictator and he dictates when he puts his dick in you, bitch, which that is really, again, sealing the deal for me that the manosphere stuff is just replicating hood black culture, because it's just so grotesque, detestable, not masculine whatsoever, thuggish, brutish. I mean, do we really have to go on? Listen, I'm not opposed to some vocabulary when it comes to marital relations, we can say, but come on, man. God. And the thing is when you behave like this, it's because you have nothing in your own personal life. You don't feel like you are the dictator of anything, and that's why you must dictate with such an iron fist. I mean, you need to say that to your woman. If you were a true dictator, she'd know that. If you were a true dictator, she'd really know that. So I don't believe you, dude. Sound like a beta cuck to me. You have to tell your girl that you're a dictator? Mine knows. Actually, I didn't even have to tell her. I was walking down the street, and she looked at me and she went, I can tell you're a dictator. Then we got married and had 30 children. Sorry, dude. Kind of just the way the alpha works, man. So he says that he loves and understands women, and that's why he gets them, and he wants to have multiple wives. And Louis gets introduced to his girlfriend, and Louis, while he's talking to his girlfriend, goes, "Oh, he brought up that he wants multiple wives. Did he tell you that?" And the girl's face drops. She gets livid, dude. She gets really mad. She gets really obviously mad. And Myron has to be like, "Well, if it's something that I say goes, I want to." And you can just tell. You can go, "No, you're not a dictator. You're not even married. So nothing you say matters." Have you ever, you've seen, I'm not trying to be this way. You've seen a marriage where there's a husband and there's a wife, and the husband makes a lot of choices, but he does it because the wife obviously trusts and loves him enough that it's like their relationship. Like, it's not a dictatorship type thing. It's that she understands that man is so smart, intelligent, hardworking, charismatic, loving, that she has no problem, I guess you could say, giving up some level of autonomy, not in a negative fashion at all, to her husband when it comes to life choices. I'm not speaking about sex. I should have clarified that beforehand. Not speaking about sex, by the way. And you can have that. You can have a relationship where you and your partner have such a good understanding of each other that you trust each other, and you don't need to be micromanaging each other and all of these negative things surrounding relationships. But again, you're explaining that to somebody that doesn't understand that you can have a fundamental relationship with someone without, being like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to get married and she's going to deal with it." Because again, dude, she's not going to let you. Myron, you're not getting another girl with that one. I'm telling you right now. You're not marrying two women, Myron. Never happening. We all saw her face drop. Not a fucking chance, buddy. You're no alpha. Pussy boy. Little pussy. On TV. Camera in the face. I'm going to have another wife. The girl. Disgusted looking. Fucking losers. So you go back to Justin, and Lewis is prodding and trying to find out information about his life. He gets women to get his name tattooed on them or something with that. He brags he had dinner with Barron Trump, and then he goes to Mar-a-Lago frequently. Not a good look for the administration whatsoever. He claims that he's worth $30 million, whatever that means. Again, we're just making things up. The $30 million in and of itself is a made-up number at this point. And him saying that because he's obviously a bold-faced liar truly, absolutely means nothing. So, cuts back to the two previous Hispanic gentlemen that were gushing over Justin. These were the guys I mentioned that said men don't get handouts, we have to build everything in our lives, something like that, I don't know. So, these guys then go on to discuss that the Matrix is just a 9-to-5 job and you can't get rich off of it. And yeah, for a large portion of people, that's true. But I'm going to break some really bad news to you guys. A real nice 9-to-5, preferably 6-to-2 or 7-to-3, sometimes is the best you're going to get. 401k, health insurance, vacation that you will get. Make sure it isn't a shady company. Make sure it's a big enough company. Put in your time, go to a new one, demand a bunch of money, cycle, or you sell OnlyFans models and gambling to children. You could take your pick. I don't really care anymore, but I wouldn't scoff at making $110 a year of 401k and benefits. Wouldn't scoff at that. Heed my advice. Some of you guys in the construction industry, some of you guys should think about going management. Go look at construction management. Go ahead. You're going to need it. Trust me. Trust me. It's a very good idea. Don't sell. Do not sell OnlyFans models to children. Do something lucrative. Take some time and interest in your own life instead of just trying to phone it in with a get-rich-quick scheme that some idiot is telling you about to steal your money, and maybe something good will come, but you need to take a self-interest in your life. Stop phoning in the self-interest in your life to some possibly pedophile on Instagram Reels selling you a fucking course. For God's sakes, man. So these same guys go on to say that they don't want to see an empire of men. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't even think people think that. I think at most they don't want to see an empire of a cohesive white society. But again, that's not what these gentlemen are saying. Trust me. So one of these guys was living in his car, moved to Miami, ended up homeless. These two guys that Justin's talking about, that Justin's talking to. He's homeless in Miami talking about men gotta be strong. You're homeless, bro. And then he goes, Louis, it was so bad I started crying. He goes on to say men are born to suffer. They're not supposed to be happy. And then he says, men don't believe in depression. And then he goes on and says, my brother killed himself. I'm not joking. This is all in the documentary. I'm not joking. I swear to God, this guy, this Manosphere Matrix guy, tells Louis, I came here. I was homeless. I had nothing. I was breaking down crying. It was miserable. That men aren't supposed to be happy. Men are supposed to work all the time. Men are supposed to live in depression. And then he says his brother killed himself. Yeah. If he's thinking anything like you, he probably did kill himself, man. You're not gonna give yourself any grace. You aren't going to listen, buddy, you got to give yourself a little bit of grace. What I've done the treating myself like garbage to try to be a man and make my life better does not work well. Does not work well. Well, you know what? Let me not even spend the time to convince you. Take a listen to this guy. And his dead brother. Let's move on. So Louis goes on Fresh and Fit. We all know what Fresh and Fit is. We know that is definitely not an Aryan or North European show. That's for sure. So one of the guests on Fresh and Fit, he's a dating coach and a penis extension expert. His name's Sterling Cooper. He introduced himself that way. I am not introducing him that way. He said, I am a penis extension expert. He's an expert in your penis, dude. I mean, someone's got to be. Thank God he's here, right? So this penis extension expert, he helps guys grow their cock. And I understand that sounds like a gay joke you'd make about your buddy. Like you're at the bar and a girl's like, oh, what does he do? And you go, John? Yeah, John's the penis extension expert over there, fucking gay boy. No, he's being 100% serious. So, I mean, oh, he used to be a porn star too. I almost forgot. So that's the kind of role model we have for a young man. If you want to specialize in making men's cocks hard or be a porn star, you go ahead and you look at Sterling Cooper. I'm sure when he says penis extension expert, he's talking about jelking probably, but that's still crazy. I mean, it just because the name, just because he turns the name into something that's like sounds medical. I bet if you like DM'd him and you were like, yo, dude, could I get like set up with a jerking, like a jelking session? He'd be like, it's actually called penis extension expertism. It's like very serious, bro. It's not jelking. Don't say that. That's what non-professionals call it, dude. Do not call it that, bro. So they're on Fresh and Fit. They're babbling about nonsense. They bring out a bunch of OnlyFans women that have no idea what's going on. And I just want to say this too. All these guys we are talking about are the male version of these airhead OnlyFans women. All these people are the same. I don't give a fuck what gender they are. They're the same. They're cattle. They do deserve to be subjugated. They deserve to be treated as lesser than, and we are actively letting them getting away with destroying society and the youth. En masse, both of these genders that exhibit these behaviors need to be called for future generations to be saved. without exterminating these people, we are going to have a huge problem. A huge problem. So, again, they're on Fresh and Fit. Myron does the thing of asking airheaded women that know nothing what 3 countries are. They don't know it. They all laugh at them and how stupid they are. And it's like, dude, you're just as dumb too. You're just as fucking stupid as they are. All of you are fucking retards. So they go on to discuss roles and what gender has to do what. And Myron's interpretation of having a partner is someone that just fucks and cleans, and which I also find reprehensible. This alpha male shit, if I stuck my dick in 100 women, is so unrefined. Dude, let's have a little bit of class and culture here, all right, man? James Bond was known as a ladies' man, but he wasn't going on Fresh and Fit to talk about his fucking cock, all right? Like, fuck. Can we please have some... the guy, the heroin addict? The guy that used to do heroin is getting so fed up that society is becoming a disgusting mess. Is this how low we've gotten? Truly. Sometimes I think that. I think, man, I used to be a reprobate and a heroin addict and like a really, destitute person. And even I'm sick of the level society's reached. That's how bad things are getting. Heroin addicts going, I can't accept this. So I couldn't take any more of just the nonsense. So I skipped ahead to Sneako's portion, and I am very excited to tell you about Sneako. So, Sneako was recently outed as being a BLM activist in 2020.
What up, man? At this point, it's just too late to say that we can't be violent and that the protesting has to be completely peaceful. Because even when Kaepernick was kneeling, you were saying, or white people were saying, that it's too far, that this is the incorrect way to protest. I think that this radical protesting, if we're gonna steal, if we're gonna loot, if we're gonna burn stuff, if we're gonna commit crimes, it should be political. There should be an objective in mind. This whole system should be shut down. That systematic white oppression is so strong that it needs to be dismantled from the ground up. Hit them where it hurts. If you're gonna be violent, hit them where it hurts.
He did marches, he did protests, he put the mask on, he disparaged white people, saying we need to end white supremacy and whiteness as a whole. Yeah, Sneako used to be a BLM guy 6 years ago. While you were resisting the vax, Sneako was marching with BLM. How does that make you feel? What's he, Muslim now again, or is he back to being Christian? That's a whole nother story, right, Sneako? Did you finally figure it out? First BLM, now you're racist, now I'm Christian, now I'm Muslim. Which one is it, man? You really need to make up your mind a little bit here. So, yeah, this is just kind of the general vibe of the entire thing. It was a reprehensible piece of TV. It truly cemented in my understanding that white men are being blamed for a lot of problems that are not ours. And we need to come out of the woodworks and try to do something about it, because they're trying to turn every young man in America into a mulatto gambling drug addict with no sense of self, no personality. They're trying to do away with any sort of individualism. And I think they're trying to get all these kids to perhaps become so mentally ill they commit terrorist acts, because this cannot be healthy. This was one of the worst things I've watched as of recently. If I had a son and I ever saw him watching this, I would beat the piss out of him. It would be the only time I beat my son, unless he hurt a woman, child, or animal, or did something else reprehensible in that vein of a woman, child, or animal. But yeah, it's not good. This is really not good. Anyone that speaks like these guys do, you need to have a serious talk with them, because I don't really care about the state of modern women. This whole thing of to get a woman, you have to act like a third worldist a pig with a baby mama. Then I'll just not have one. I'm all right. I'm good then. Oh, I have to act like a guy with 8 baby mamas? I'm okay then. I'll just wait until I can just make him I'll make one in a tube then and sort it out with God later. If that's the avenue we're going, because that's what they're selling these kids, by the way. They're telling these kids that the only way you can have any semblance of money, happiness, or a girlfriend is by acting like a downtrodden black guy from the hood or a downtrodden white hick from a trailer park. That's truly what these people are behaving like. It's ghetto. It's disgusting. I don't care you have a Lambo. You are a disgusting grease person. And you honestly should be lucky that any of us allow you to speak. The fact that any of these people are allowed to speak publicly is wild to me. If you want to find somebody that is like you, that has the same values as you, you need to look for that person where those values exist. If you want to find someone that loves religion, you'll have to find them, I'm assuming, near a religious institute. If you love a woman that is a reader and her pursuits are knowledge, then go to a library or maybe the bookstore. Or if you like a girl that lifts, maybe go to the gym. I understand that there's underlying issues when it comes to all genders, and like I said earlier, don't get me wrong, I get that there's issues, but you do not solve them by giving guys your money and getting sold gambling addictions, porn addictions. You don't beat the matrix by getting other men addicted to pornography and gambling. That's what we don't do. You don't destroy your fellow man so you can come out on top. That's not what we're going to do, okay? There's already a group of people trying to do that to us. They have a word for us. They call us goyim. Let's not do that. Let's rise above. Let's try to be better. Let's try to be better than we previously were. Let's work towards something and work towards a common goal. Work towards your own interests, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. All of these things tie in together. You need to be a complete person. Having a bunch of money won't do anything. Heath Ledger had all the money in the world and he still overdosed on opiates. Let's have a little common sense, okay?